What's up, guys? So in today's video, I will be demonstrating a few exercises to help improve with movement impairment that I've been dealing with, or that I noticed in my overhead squat pattern. So we're gonna start off with inhibiting my tight hip flexors, and I'm gonna use a therapy ball for that. All I'm gonna do is do some trigger point activation. Find a spot in those hip flexors on both sides where it's causing me a little bit of discomfort because my hip flexors are tight, and I'm gonna hang out there for about 30 seconds on each side. So we'll call that 30. And then I'll hang out on the other side, finding a spot where it's really causing me some discomfort. As long as it's not sharp pains, I'm fine. Hanging out for about 20 to 30 seconds on both sides. Then I'm gonna do an lengthening technique with some joint distraction. And all I'm gonna do is use a band for that. And I'm gonna get some help from my heavy bag over here. Hopefully it stays in place while I get into this position. So I'm gonna put the wrong leg. So I'm gonna put the band on the proximal end of my femur, and then I'm just gonna do some hip extension, bringing my hips forward. And what that's doing is pushing my femur forward, adding some joint distraction in while I stretch out the hip flexors. And I'll hold that for about 30 seconds on each side, 20 to 30 seconds on each side. Always put the wrong foot forward. Same thing on the other side. Band's pulling my hip or my femur forward, and then I'm laying back, remembering to activate my glutes to add to that stretch. Hold that for about 30 seconds on each side. And from there, I'm gonna get into some activation. So my first activation technique is gonna be isolation. What's it called? A positional isometric. So I'm gonna come to the floor right next to the wall. And then on my side, I'm gonna bend at the knee, and I'm activating the left glute. And all I'm doing is pushing into the wall with my heel. And I'll hold that for about 5 seconds at a time. Do about 5 to 10 reps. Maybe not even that many. About 3 to 5 reps. And I'll do that on both sides. And what that's doing is helping me engage my underactive glutes, because I was seeing some hip shifting at around 90 degrees during my overhead squat. And this feels pretty intense. That's why I'm talking so shakily right now. But it also feels pretty good, I cannot lie. So we got one more exercise. This one is gonna be my integration movement. So what I'm doing is putting another band, this one's a different type of band, around the distal end of my femur, and I'm doing some squats. So nothing crazy about this. Well, I'm actually doing a 5-point squat, but instead of doing all 5 points, I'm gonna hit at right around 90 and then come back all the way tall. I'm going to right around 90 because that's where I was seeing a lot of instability and hip shifting and knee valgus during my overhead squat. So what I'm gonna do is come down right to about 90 degrees and drive my knees apart, holding that for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then come back up tall. And I'm gonna do about 10 reps of these, driving the knees apart, driving the knees apart. And I'm running out of time, so we'll call that 10. And I'm gonna show you all my overhead squat from the posterior angle. Hopefully it looks a little bit better. Last one.